Hi, we're live today from Titusville, New Jersey at Washington Crossing State Park, which is famous for a couple reasons, but it's not the reason that we're here today for class. The reason we're here today for class is to look at the bridge that connects Pennsylvania across to this side where I'm at is New Jersey. So let's take a walk down there and see the bridge better. What I want you to look at on this bridge is the shapes. What shape do you see in this bridge? I can get a good angle for you. Hang on a second. Can you see a certain shape this way in that bridge behind me? Oops. And what happened here is actually I might as well show you why I'm down here. That little spot right down there, which sometimes that's covered by water, is the exact spot where on Christmas night George Washington took his troops while the colonies that were losing the American Revolution. He took his troops across this river, which was icy that night because it was in December. It was after midnight, so it was actually Christmas night, but it might have been on December 26th. And they did a sneak attack on the British troops in Trenton, New Jersey. So they crossed the river here, walked up, and if you keep going down the road, I'll be going in a few miles. And they did a surprise attack. They never thought they were going to attack on Christmas night, so they were celebrating Christmas, and George Washington did a sneak attack, and they captured 900 troops who they marched through Philadelphia, the streets of Philadelphia on New Year's Day, 1777. And I think there was 100 of them that were wounded or killed. But this is also called the turning point of the American Revolution. So it could have changed history if this didn't happen. I'll show you the board. The famous picture you might have seen before of George Washington crossing the Delaware. That's not the famous picture, but that's right up. That's where I got some of the information that I just told you about. I grew up not that far from here, so I've been down here a bunch of times. And over here is one more thing that explains the site about. This is the site where he crossed the Delaware River, and it's the turning point of the American Revolution because it gave everybody a renewed spirit because we'd been losing a lot of battles before that, and that changed the whole war. Okay, the reason that we're here today is because we're building a bridge. We're going to do it with just a piece of paper, so you didn't need a lot of materials. And what we're going to do is try to build the bridge a couple different ways. So we're going to try and test it the first way, just with nothing, no folding it, no tape, no nothing. All right, so just so you know, the bridge should be about 6 inches across. Let me get my tape measure. You can estimate it. A half of a piece of paper is about 6 inches. It's 8.5 by 11. So if you fold it, 5.5 inches is about the halfway point. So if you put that in the middle, let me do a test here. I'm going to try to put this mouse. Might need tape just for the wind. Put my mouse on here and see if you can hold it. Nope. Let's see if this piece of paper can hold one single penny, which weighs about 1.5 grams. Nope, cannot hold one. So what we're going to do next is try to fold this piece of paper and see if that makes it work better. So I'm just making a couple of folds. And let's see if it holds the mouse. Yes, it does. And let's see how many pennies it can hold. We got a bunch of pennies here. One, 42, 43, 44, 44 pennies it can hold when it's folded. So let's look at why that happens. Than I did last class. Just from folding it 2 times, same exact piece of paper. I can leave those there. All right, let me write down 45 pennies. So that was just a piece of paper with folds, held 45 pennies. So not too bad. 45 pennies, 45 pennies. All right, so now what I want to try to do is, I want to show you guys something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it now with 3 pieces of paper. Hang on, so let me put this up for a second to show you something. So do you guys ever see, like, when you get a package from Amazon or your parents, the cardboard? I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called corrugated cardboard. And you see the little things in there? Can you guys see that? Like little pieces in there? They kind of look like little triangles. So you have the cardboard on the outside, but then you have those little folds on the inside. And it makes a big difference. I'm just showing the other camera. It makes a big difference because this holds your packages, and usually they don't break. They might tear a little bit, but for overall, that's why they use cardboard for packages. I want to show you one more thing. Piece of wood out of my. All right, so a piece of wood. So you know that they build wood is used to build houses and apartment buildings and stuff like that. If you look really closely, you see how there's 3 layers in there. There's one on the bottom, one on the top, and then a different color in the middle. That makes the wood stronger. Okay, so that's one of the reasons they use particle board for certain things. It's not the strongest, but it's a lot stronger than if it was just a single piece of wood. I'd be able to snap it with my hands. I can bend it a little bit, but I cannot snap this. I'm trying really hard right now. Let me just show the other camera. Okay, so here we go. We're going to try this again with 3 pieces of paper, and I'm going to fold them this time. So let me put my camera down, and I'll sit down again. And you can do it any way you want. You can, if you don't have the materials again, you can just watch what I'm doing. So I'm going to take my paper. I'm going to fold it a couple times here. I might not use any tape at all. We'll see how this holds up though. All right, so now look, I made my paper so it has like some different folds inside of it, and I have one wrapped around the outside of it, and we're going to see how we do with this. Same distance apart, about 6 inches. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I want to see if I can hold more pennies this time. It's going to be a lot to say. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if I can break this one. It's amazing. Just copying that cardboard design shows how strong that is when you have little pieces of paper inside of it. And this isn't even cardboard, this is just regular copy paper. I think I'm at like 130 now. I lost track because there's so many pennies on here now. About half a pound. Okay, good. Thank you for that. Let's see. Now I'm hoping that it would break. Let's see. It's got to be getting close. This is actually way more than the last class, so I guess my folds were better. There it goes. All right. So that actually was way better than I thought it was going to go. Don't know the exact number. But all we have to do is just know that when we compare it, it was way more than 45 pennies. So I would say could have been up to 150 before it broke. Okay, and then the last one, if you guys are doing it at home, if you have tape, you can use tape. You can put it anywhere except for you cannot tape the tape and go like this. You can't build your bridge with tape and then put the paper over it. So the bridge tape has to be on the paper. So give it a try at home. At the end, take a picture of it. If you can't take a picture, I have ways to tell you to show you how to do that. I mean, a piece of paper folds to 3 pieces of paper, and see how much stronger it got.